So two type of ivy. Just be careful with the root. Maybe this. See, ivy, that's it. And then, yeah. So trying to do some kind of flower arrangement. Not that really good, but I think it's good enough. This one can do for later maybe. I just divide it by 2, and there's a lot of roots, but I think it's still baby. I'm afraid I don't want to cut a lot. I just cut just a little bit, maybe like this much, so that easy to make it. So the soil, I see that there's a lot of perlite in there, and then I believe it's peat moss that's they mixing up. So I will mix up. I want to mix with a little perlite and then use the peat moss as well. So I brought it here. And it's already made it up with peat moss, and then I put a little bit of the perlite in there. But I see more perlite that came with it, so maybe I will add a little bit more. It's kind of, they said it will work to refresh the soil, and then also giving us some mineral, so some kind of fertilizer, but also to make the better soil. I'm going to just mix up with it and mix with the water. So ivy, they're okay with wet soil, I believe. So, but too much water is always kind of hard to make the kokedama, I think. So the use of the water, amount of the water, you can just put a little bit at a time and then check and then mix, and then if you need more, you can mix water later more. Oh my god, I feel good. I haven't done it. So this is a little squishy. I would not use this soil for the plants doesn't like too much wet, like a succulent. If I use too much water for the succulents would die quickly. When you make the bowl itself, it stick together, and then even I feel the water coming out. This is a little bit too much water, but easy to make the kokedama this way. And then you put a little bit at the time around the soil. So this time, because I divided to 2, so I took off a lot of soil from the roots, so it may be surprising it. So I need to be really carrying it for the first couple of days, I think, and then give some good sunlight. A little bit at a time. Give soil around, and I already try to make the round sphere shape. Some people depict the kokedama as like Earth or the planet, because they only have this nutrient, and then also use the sun. It's like us in the planet, right? That's only nutrients and mineral and what to survive, photosynthesize. So it's to them, this is a planet for them, I think. And the size of the bowl is, so more bigger you make it, there's a chance they will grow bigger, and then the root more inside. But ivy, actually, I think they will, once they grow by themselves, no? They get the roots out from like these in the spine, and then they can grow by themselves. So even if this is a small bowl you make, I think it still survive. But it's just a proportion you like to make. I think this is cute. I think I like the small. This is pretty good. Then let's see.
I think we'll do them next.
So moss looks looks like this. It's a sheet moss. You can purchase it many places actually now. So maybe different type of moss, but I think it's enough because it's preserved anyway. So you want to kind of flash out the water from there just a little bit. You don't want to make it too wet, just wet, and then I just press it to disperse the water all the way to the moss. In this way, here's wet and the soil is wet too, so it's kind of stick together. Just make it like a round, not round, wrap it with the moss to make sure there's no space between the moss so that you don't show soils around. If the soils is showing, it's a chance that it will collapse, or not collapse, deform quickly. Kind of overwrapping, which is okay. And making the shape. And then if you kind of press it hard for seconds and then just hold it for a couple seconds, it should stick together.
Are you pushing down
Yeah,
too?
pushing kind of inside.
Inside?
Yes. Give a force to the inside so that trying to stick the moss and the soil together. It's pretty sticking right now, I think. Once it gets this stage, I will use the fishing line. I always start with far side from the bottom and then bring up to the front and make it's called sergeant knot twice, and make the knot right here. The first end you will need it later, actually in the very end, so you don't want to lose it. Just put it around the plant, and this is how to twine. First couple one I'll just do randomly to just, what do I say, secure, put the moss on the soil. And this time the moss you want to top so that it will sink into the moss. The string doesn't show it too much on the surface. You want to taut and then it kind of sinking in, right? So this is, you want to do that in the first couple times for the hardest or the strongest. Then you want to make the shape again. Then I will do, this is the same motion over and over, but the same distance each time. And then once you don't have a space, you make round, you turn around and do the same things. Then turn around, same space. And once you did one, then it come back to the same point, and then you try to not do the same spot over and over. If you do the same spot over and over, the strings show up more. So it's not even show it, but you can kind of feel in it where it has not twined yet. And also this time I'm taut the line pretty hard. And as you do, always good to reshape if you like to be perfectly round. Starting to get very hard. The ball starting to get really hard. See, if you are doing right, you should make like a perfect mesh. If you do this the same way, and then turn around same way, should make the same good mesh. That's what we want to aim, and then between the space of the line should be small so that the soil doesn't come out. That's what we want to aim for that one, so that it will last long. And then also it's pretty hard if you can see.
Oh, yeah.
I think you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think this is pretty good now. And I will do just a little bit for the horizontal way too. And then you can just finish up with this. And make knot and then. You can leave one string longer to make the hanging, but today we're going to make a macrame, so I think we can just cut it. And that's it. Make a little bit cuter, hopefully. And that's it. This is the ivy kokedama.
Love it.
Alright, let's do it together.